Hi everyone, and welcome to my first webinar. And we are actually streaming live using Zoom, which is the platform that I have chosen to use for my school. And my school is Create with Clare Rowley, located at create.clarerowley.com. And that was Chase you just saw walk by. And Tinkerbell is digging the carpet beside me. So Create with Clare Rowley is a social media platform similar to Facebook, but instead of being in an environment where you're exposed to all kinds of different things, it is only my school and all sewing, quilting, embroidery, and fiber art related. It is in its infancy, so it's a brand new school, and it will be evolving and is faster starting in what month are we in? In November, it'll start to pick up. So there are people that are inside of Zoom right now, and I can hear you guys. So if you guys want to say hi, let's see. Vicki has
Hi.
already said hi. Marilyn, I haven't heard you, and I don't know if it's because you don't have your mic on or if you just don't have one, and it's okay if you don't have one or you don't want to use it. But know that if you want my attention, you can type in the chat. If you have not found the chat, it's on the bottom of the screen. And I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can kind of see what everyone else is seeing. Oh, I'm already sharing? No. Where is it? I'm still learning, you guys.
So are we.
What is that?
Oh my goodness.
Do you guys hear that?
Yes.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen and see if that stops. Somebody's got something going on in their house right now. Let's see. That is the weirdest sound. It stopped. Was that you, Vicki?
I think it might have been. That was my alarm to take my pills.
Oh, okay.
And I thought I had turned it off, but I guess I didn't.
Okay. Well, as long as it wasn't something that I did, because we're
No,
still
you're
learning
doing
here.
great.
Okay, so inside of the Zoom, you will see yourselves on the screen. And this is me. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So if you want to participate and have your picture up on the screen, then you'll turn on your video camera, which is down on the bottom of the screen. If you follow my mouse, you can see the video is right there, and I can stop my video and I can start my video. So you have the same power, and you have a microphone, and you can and then unmute yourself. So you have that power throughout. If any of you ever make noise and don't know you are, sometimes I'll mute you without you knowing it, just so that nothing goes wrong there. So we have some people that are attending that are not on video or microphone, and that's fine. And I'm going to call you out, Carol and Lilo, but you already know how to go in the classroom, so why aren't you guys showing yourselves? Here we go. I'm going to talk about where to find my school for those of you who have not yet ventured there. And I'm going to switch screens here and show you another screen. I am leaving tomorrow for a show, and it is on this screen right now. This is Mancuso Show Management. If you guys are interested in attending, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat. And there you can meet me live and actually watch me demonstrate the creative feet and the octahoops and be a part of the demonstration in chairs surrounding my table. I know that I had gone on and told everyone I wasn't going to do shows anymore. I needed to heal from doing too much traveling over time, and I'm feeling better, and I really do love going to Santa Clara, and being a native Californian, it's nice to go home. So this is the way that Chrome looks when I go into Chrome. I'm going to open an incognito window so that I can do everything as if I'm not me. So a new incognito window means that I'm an anonymous person. So it would be like your first experience going to creativefeet.com. I suggest that you create a folder on your inside of your browser. You see I have one here, right? Clare Rowley, and that's where I put all my stuff because I have to find my stuff too. And so I have my website here, and to get it there, I would just start typing into the browser creativefeet.com. And there you can see that we're having a 15% off sale, and it ends tonight at midnight. So anything that we discuss here today, you're welcome to take advantage of that. It will end at midnight. So here we go. So when you're at creativefeet.com, this is our product categories, and you can see we have creative feet. These are the feet that I invented. And you can also get them in special packages, which are listed down here. This would be our basic special, and these are our educational specials. And even if you join the school, you still want to have this book and video. It helps you to learn 88 different things that you can do with the 3 feet.
Wow.
If you already have our feet, you already have our book and video, you need to open it up. And that's partly why I'm doing this school, because a lot of people are just not opening things up. So you can see at the top of the screen we have classes, and if you click on that, it takes you directly to the school. Where if you've not yet joined, you will join. And I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to join like I'm not me. And Claire 2. And that's where you would take a picture of yourself. And grab one. And it's really nice if you put your picture and not like flowers or leave it a color. Because when we're in the classroom, it helps me to learn your face. And when you get into a class and there's like 40 or 50 of you together, you might find that you get along with someone so well you want to end up friends, and it's good to know their name. So then you would go next and use your email account. And I have tons of email addresses. And then you see this environment. And that should not be... I thought you had to go into the Mighty Network first. So when you go to About, and you slide down, there's where you key in your cell phone number, and it will have you download an app. And this is not going to actually happen because that's our business phone number. Don't want to tempt any of you with my cell phone number. And you can invite other people to join you here. But here's where you have your picture, and you click on your picture, find all your settings and on your profile, and you go, got it. Click on it again, I guess. Now hit your settings, And when you're in here, this is the important part. If you don't set up your notifications, then, because I've had people get really upset because they missed live events because they did not have any of their notifications turned on. So we want to turn on anything that you want to be notified about. So if somebody sends you a chat, and the chat is actually down here on the bottom of the screen, shows you who's in the classroom right now, and you can click up, like there's Carol. Hi, Carol. And Carol's in here, so you can also, if you set up where you are on the planet, it will show you other students that are in your area. You might have a friend down the block, and then you can sew together.
Oh, wow.
So we have, and this is growing every day. So it's going to get stuffed in here, full of people that like to sew, quilt, embroider, and do fiber art. Since we're not just quilting or just garment construction, there's a lot of interests for you to consider. And I'm different than other educators in that I am an expert in all aspects of sewing, quilting, embroidery, and also an expert on machine use, industrial and domestic. So it'll be an interesting school when it's all finished. So here we have the account. This is where you can update your password, deactivate your account. I hope you don't go. And the notifications, after you've downloaded the mobile app, you'll come back in your cell phone, which I was going to have on me. Oh, shoot. I forgot. So when you go to your cell phone, it's going to look like it's going to be this yellow M. Oh, it's usually yellow. So the app, when you go to the App Store, if you're an Apple user, you'll find it in the Apple Store, and you'll also find it in the Play Store for Android users. And you just type in Mighty Networks and download the app. And then you can get a push notification to your phone whenever anything that you're interested in inside of the school happens. And when you're at the school, if you click on the little star, it will actually allow you to save the school to the folder that you created on your computer. Where I have here, it's Clare Rowley, and you just click on it, and done. And now inside of this folder is my settings inside of this school. So see how that flows together?
Yes.
And now we go to YouTube, and this is where people, because YouTube's been around a long time, and a lot of people don't realize that when you go to YouTube, you actually have your own email account or your own channel. It's your channel. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, so you can post videos and make them private and share them with family members. It's very neat. So if you're someone like me, you need more of a channel. There's actually 3 channels in total because I'm building some behind the scenes. So the painting you see on the easel behind me, although I'm sharing my screen right now, right? So I don't think you can see it. I don't know, can you? Yeah, you
No,
can.
what I'm seeing is the YouTube
So your screen may not be big enough to
screen.
see everything. Okay. I'll show you when we're done here. So in YouTube, when you click to sign in, and you may already be signed in, so I'm going to sign in on the wrong account. So everything looks exactly the same, doesn't it? Except for my pictures up here. And that is one of my, I don't know, 11 email accounts. This is not the account that gives me access to my channel. So you could be signed in because your spouse was on YouTube before you, and then you won't be able to find some of the videos that you get permission to see. So I'm not in the right account, and I'm going to try to access one of the babbling Brooke videos. And this is what will happen. It'll say you don't have access to that video. And you'll go, but wait a minute, I paid for that class. I want to watch my video. So just know that you just are signed in up here under the wrong email account. So you would have to log off and log back in, or sign out and sign back in using the correct email address. These headphones are too big for my tiny eardrums. Okay. So when you're signed into the correct account, sorry, sloppy fingers this morning. Now when I go in here and click on that video, I have access.
I did, and that you feel as though you can actually.
And this is one of the videos that totals over 110 hours of video for one of the classes inside of Create with Clare Rowley. So this is my school, and then there are courses you can take, and you click on that. And this is the Babbling Brook video version, which I just opened up yesterday. And then the fall session, which is pretty much ongoing, and it'd be a little late for you to be joining that right now, but you could still. And then this one is closed from the summer session. We have some summer session members inside of here right now. And let me check and see what's going on Facebook. See if anyone's got questions. I can make that bigger. Share it to Creative Feed as well. Too many different places to share. And 3 computers to juggle. Okay. So once you join an actual class, then you have access to joining it. Now a lot of you have asked to join the Creative Feet Techniques Extensive, and this will be a ongoing monthly club, and inside of there you can choose to take one of the classes or not. So they're per class and they will never expire. And I'm going to go much deeper into each of the techniques that you can do with the Creative Feet, because unlike other feet, each of the Creative Feet do over 20 different things. So you buy one satin edge foot, and it's the equivalent of buying 27 different sewing machine feet.
Wow.
If you add up all of that, there's no way you can buy as many feet as our 3 feet do. So it's just a great deal. But if you don't use them, then they'll just be these feet that are making you feel guilty because you're not opening the package and using them, which is why I'm opening this school. So let's see, somebody's chatted. Carol, I can't hear you. I don't know. You're... Oh, I've now made it so you can talk. And Joy, you made it into the classroom.
Yay.
And I'm going to allow you to talk as well. So this is my first webinar, and I didn't know I had to give you permission to vocalize. And I am giving you as much time as is required to help you all understand this all better. So to recap, you create in your internet browser an actual folder. You can call it Clare Rowley or Creative Feet, whichever one is easiest for you to remember, and stick everything related to me in it so you never have to look for it once you found it. So back to the YouTube channel. When you are at my channel, there are playlists
There.
that you can go by? I heard someone say there. Welcome, you guys. So now you know what it's like to be in a class. It's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. You get to talk to me. And the YouTube or the Facebook people, no one's left a comment. If you have left a comment in Facebook, know that I just am not seeing it. And I will be going in after this video ends, and I will be responding to any of your comments. And if you are watching this inside of my YouTube or my Facebook group, is the link to join us inside of Zoom, which is what you're seeing on the screen. Well, right now you're not seeing that. You're seeing my YouTube channel.
Right.
Okay. So basically, if you can watch videos, and it'll show you the most recent video, and you'll just go down the list. You can have it play all, or
And they're
pick and
wonderful.
choose. Oh, thank you. I plan on adding a lot more. Some of the videos will be free, and some I'll have to pay or charge for. So let's see here. I'm going to stop sharing so people can see what it's like to be inside of the classroom.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, Carol, and you popped up, but you don't have
Okay.
your camera on.
I didn't have a camera.
Okay.
I at the bottom. I had nothing but the chat
So it's
and
not letting you? It's not
no,
letting any of you?
no,
Let
it
me
did,
check.
but whatever you did, you gave me my microphone, and all I've got here is the chat, the raised hand, and the Q&A.
It's probably something I need to set up.
Am I on audio?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
I
you,
Okay.
Vicki. So hang on one sec. I know that's my first webinar. I was hoping nothing would go wrong.
Well, and I was hoping you can't see me.
Well, you have the ability to turn your camera off once we do this.
once we find the camera.
And it's something I need to set up. So, in progress. It's one of the tutorials I watched on YouTube, because yes, I use YouTube as well to learn from. Had me turn off the video and said turn it on after it starts. So I just have to find that. Now that it started, it looks different to me. So in here it should let you guys.
I've been sick for 2 days and I didn't want anybody to see me like this.
Well, we understand. I had someone upset for an entire day because she signed in and was on and didn't expect to be. So I try to let you all know that we use your cameras. And I did respectfully not have your cameras on so that you could choose to turn it on after, but apparently I have to let you. And I want to let you. Because those who've been going into the classroom are not shy anymore, are you? Okay, so am I signed in? Yeah. Feel free to ask questions because I can hear you guys.
I don't have a question, but I have thank you so much for all your work, because I know how much work it is.
Yes, amen to that.
It's my pleasure. I can't wait till it's all smooth and we giggle, because it was
We'll get
such a
that way.
disaster in the beginning. Edit this webinar. I want to let you guys turn on your video.
How many people do you have in the classroom?
1 second. Now let's see if you guys are. I have to save. See if your cameras come on. See if you have your camera options now. And it may be that it's in the video is already going and it may not let us.
No, I don't have camera. What did you do to give me the microphone?
I said you could use it
Oh, okay, that helps.
more. And I let you talk, which is interesting because when we do a meeting, it doesn't do that. You guys just get to talk.
Right.
So apparently,
So it's a
Yeah.
webinar is a different animal for Zoom.
yeah, it costs more to do this,
Ah,
but it's the only way I can also stream live to Facebook at the same time. So it's making more of you happy at once to do this. Okay, so I've done what I know should allow it. So I don't know why you're not able to. Can't make you all panelists. I'm not sure what that would do if I gave you guys that much power. Okay, so let's continue here. Once you've joined this school, then you're able to join in with our Babbling Brook course, which is, I know a lot of you are probably like, oh my gosh, all she talks about is that Babbling Brook course. But it's just that it took a lot more hours than I expected. I couldn't believe how many hours it took to teach it because it seemed like I was only doing it for about an hour and a half.
yeah.
And I'm going to share my screen. So I've done everything I know. I'm sorry you guys don't get to show your pretty faces today, but I can hear you.
That's
It's
important.
better than typing.
Yes.
Yes.
Got that. So how many do you have in the class?
How many are here right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's 5 attendees, and I can't tell how many Facebook people are watching. They said that I wouldn't be able to tell.
Okay.
They were right.
But
And this is about having a video for everyone to watch after. So I need to make sure I don't leave anything out that I need to teach you. Then we got Zoom. I showed going to Zoom. Showed going to the Mighty Networks. So the Mighty Networks is a big university. Creative Feed is one of the schools within it. And inside the school, there's classrooms and there's also groups. So when you're inside of the school, you'll see topics, and you click on topics. And if you're interested in the Creative Feed, you would want to follow that. And whenever I post something related to Creative Feed, you'll get sent information on it. This is how many people haven't put their picture in their profile yet. Come on, you guys. And I will be doing more sew along Saturdays. I'm not going to do it every
good.
Saturday, maybe one a month, because I like to not work sometimes. This is a dress that I never got finished for my friend, but I will be making it, and now that I'm not rushed, I will be teaching you how to make it so that you'll learn how to make a jacket and that dress in the class. I'll be teaching you the serger as
My
well.
figure's a little bit more robust than that.
Well, the dress that I made for myself, which Mavis wanted me to show. I thought she was in here. She's probably watching on Facebook. Hi, Mavis. So this is a picture of the dress that I draped for myself. Can't get it to go big. Let's see. Huh. Well, it's not big enough really to show you. I know what I can do.
I don't know what I was into, but I saw it earlier.
Inside my niece Monica just got married. And this is the whole family.
Yeah, those were some nice pictures.
Yes, lovely
And the really
picture.
good ones are coming because my daughter's the photographer and she has not yet posted her pictures. So this is my cousin Lori and myself. And that dress was a piece of fabric. And all I had left was this little tiny bit. And I sewed it all together and made a purse.
Oh, wow.
And I only had that much to use of it, so I made that the flap. And I think I shared a picture
Yeah, you did.
in the newsletter. So if you haven't joined the
Yeah.
newsletter, or you're hearing me say it and you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you need to go to back to your folder, go to creativefeet.com, see how nice it is to not have to type it every time. And there's the newsletter link right there. And you click
Yeah.
there and you join our newsletter there. Then you will receive emails from us with the current newsletters. And our most recent newsletters tappity tap tap. Here's our campaigns. They actually are stored on our website as well, but sometimes it's easy for me just to find it in here. This is some of the stuff we have to do.
Just keeping all that stuff organized is a chore.
Yes. Especially when it was about 4 years ago, I had over 3 million images on my
Wow.
computer
Oh,
on several.
how did you go through that?
Why do I
I
have so
can't.
many?
I said, how did you go through all of those?
Oh, I had an index program
Oh,
that counted it, and it was over 3,600,000 or something, or 6,000,
so do
Oh
you
my God.
60,000, and it was crashing. So I never got the total.
uh,
So now we have multiple drives and
uh,
also store things in the cloud. Oh, okay, so let's talk about the cloud because a lot of people get confused by that. When you're looking inside of your, oh no, the phone, I forgot to disconnect it. I feel bad not answering. Oh, it's just one of those not real. One of those spam calls that you guys are not
yes,
enjoying.
all the time.
Okay, so before that happened, what was I saying?
In the
Uh,
cloud.
in the cloud. So you see here I have Google Drive, and this is my Google Drive folder, and it's a hard drive on in a building. It's not really in the cloud. You're given clouds, like if you're a Mac user, you got iMac, and they have like a cloud service for you there. And then there's Dropbox, and Google Drive is what we use. It's very inexpensive, and so we can store hours of video and photos and work-related stuff. It's nice because you can share with multiple devices, and you never lose your files if your computer crashes. So it's a nice thing to use. Just you only need one though. You don't need 5 different services, so it can get confusing. Then on the actual hard drive, we have stuff there, and I think I'm just going to give you. So these are some of our extra drives. You don't need to know all that. So that's basically what the cloud is a safety net for you. So you can't lose your files or your photos or videos. You can also use Google Images as another way of saving things. So this was what I sent you out today. This was the newsletter talking about the webinar, and it has the link in it, and the sale ends midnight. So this is just a brief one, and you would have gotten that in your email, and also can look at it on the internet if it ever doesn't look right in your email. So newsletters are my way of blah blah blahing and telling you everything that's going on. and to keep you updated on sales. But I'm also going to be doing that inside of the school because some people just want to go one place, and that's the benefit of joining my school, is that everything related to me, everything I tweet, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, will all be inside of here and broken down by your interests. So ultimately, you'll be able to just go into the interests and go, my interest is garment sewing, and you'll be able to go in there, and the tutorials where we teach you full garments and also just like hemming and different aspects of sewing, like sewing buttons on by machine and stuff like that, will be inside of here. There'll be links, and you'll be kept up to date on anything interested. And also, it's a place for you to chat. So, like this lady, Annie, wrote a comment, and Margot answered her. It wasn't even me. So it's kind of nice that you guys get to know one another and participate, similar to Facebook. And then when you look at your picture and you go to, let me see, I gotta go and actually sign in as me for a minute. That is the right one. So if I go to my settings, I can't, nope. I think I know what I'm doing. These are your notifications. See, Vicki commented asking if she missed today, and you did not. I'm so proud of you. You found your way in here.
Well, I was on an hour early.
Yeah, there was a lot of people popping in early, and it's a good idea because, right, Joy? So there's a way of seeing this. Like if I click on my picture, there, it tells you what topics you're interested in, and I'm interested in all of them, obviously. But if you were only interested in some, it would be right there, and you'd be able to click on your topic inside of your own profile as well. And you can see the creator courses that will always be there. So when you buy a course from me, it doesn't expire. It's yours forevermore as long as YouTube exists. And the reason I've chosen to store the videos on YouTube is because they've been doing it the longest, and they're very stable. Never know where a new platform might, not be here in a few years. So, okay, so that's the school. Now we can talk about, let's see. I feel like I can always edit this before I upload it to YouTube, and so we can discuss anything else that you may want to discuss now, and I can discuss like stabilizers. Oh, would you like me to take you through the website? I would love to hear anything that you guys may want. Are any of you coming to the show this week?
Oh, I wish I could. My hip isn't well enough for me to travel yet.
And they moved you, right, Vicki?
Well, yes, I'm back home finally.
Because I know your daughter wanted to move you.
No, my daughter moved. I moved my daughter out.
Oh, I see. Okay, I mixed it up a little. Okay, so the Creative Feed Extensive is going to open when I get back. I was going to try to film today, but I want to make sure I do a really good job. And if nobody has a question, it's not enough of you on.
Well, I do have a question about the Babbling Brook.
Okay.
I missed the first one because I broke my hip, and then I missed the second one because I had the flu at the beginning.
Are you wanting to take it in January when the winter one opens, or?
Oh, I didn't know you were going to do it again. Yes, that would be wonderful.
The other option is to move you into the one that's just video, or you can stay in the one you're in because it's a group of slowpokes. and they're not ready either.
The- There, is that one still going on?
Yes. So I
That's
just haven't been sending you anything, but I can add you back into it. So you could participate in this one. Oh, I must be not myself here. I'm gonna close out of here. Here we go. So
Or
create a
maybe
group.
I could take the video course
You
that you
could,
are.
but
Actually, maybe the one in the winter would be better for me, so I could be a little more healed with my hip.
it's really up to you. I can give you access to the video only so that you have all the way up until winter. You've already paid.
Yes.
So I can throw you into this so you can if you go, wow, I feel really good today, I want to try, and then you can still participate in the winter session. I'll just move
Oh,
you over.
that would be wonderful because I don't get around very well yet.
Okay, so I'll add you to this one. But you don't really need to be. You
No.
really don't. So the difference between the video version and actually taking one of the courses is we interact like this in the course. So
That's
you'll
what
just
I
you
would
might you
prefer to
might
do.
miss one of these sessions. But the video version you don't get any of these chats.
Right.
So I think that we should leave you in it and then you just have access to it. This is it. You go into the overview, tells you, things about it, and then you have access to clicking on any of the videos inside of here.
Okay.
And if any of you are confused about that, know that I've been cleaning up the classes and making them more organized. And people have been like, I can't find the class schedule or anything, but if you look at the overview, there's a little arrow there. Oh, you can't see my screen right now. None of you even said anything.
I see
Okay.
you there. Yes,
So,
now I see it.
okay, so this is let me go back. So in the network, and if you've already paid for the Babbling Brook, I know there's so much to learn in it. If you're just taking the video course, there's no classroom interaction like we are having right now.
Right.
And I am able to see the Facebook. I am able to see you guys in Facebook now on one of my computers here. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave me a question in the comments. So in here, the Babbling Brook video version, you're already in the fall one. So there's no
Right.
reason to move you. You have access to all of that information.
Okay.
And you can see that we've scheduled the next live session to be October 23rd.
right.
Oh, great.
So when I say it's a fall, it's really all fall. It's like 3 months. So you have
Oh,
access to me
okay.
for 3 months. It's not just 3 days.
Got it.
And then the video version is just you're on your own. You can take your time. You can ask questions, and I answer them. But the live sessions are just not part of it.
Well, and they're really good because we could talk to each other, and I really enjoyed it because there were just a couple of us on the other end, but we were able to get a lot of information and get to know each other.
I actually could end this and then open up a regular version so you guys can see each other. Make it just go privately and spend a little bit of time if you guys
Okay.
want.
Yeah.
Or I can talk a little bit about our website. So we go to stabilizers. Know that
Sounds
we're the
good.
inventors of these stabilizers. Other companies have tried to copy us, like Stick and Tear. Stick and Tear is the only one on the market that doesn't gum up your needle, and it eliminates. Joy was talking about embroidering something large, and with our octa hoops, you actually can embroider much bigger than the hoop because you lay the stabilizer on the back of the hoop, lay your fabric down on top, and stitch, and then you just pick it up, put another sheet on, move it over, put it down, and stitch again. And since I'm talking about that, I actually have a folder. I was going to show you a little bit about the embroidery, so we'll watch this together. And this is kind of what we do in the class. I'll open up videos and I'll go to a small.
Now I'm going to show you how we use the octahoops to embroider directly on baseball caps. Doesn't seem like it would be possible, but it is. And to easily place your design on the cap, we're going to use the stick and rinse stickers. You can actually draw directly on our stick and rinse stabilizer, tracing over coloring books, magazines, or any other printed media that you have. You simply lay it down on top, and I would secure it using some tape so that it doesn't move around on you while you draw. And then you simply...
Another thing you can use is the double-sided adhesive for mounting photos in scrapbooks. And you just put some out, lay it right on top, and it holds it well enough for it to go through your inkjet printer. If you're wondering if you can use stick and rinse in a laser jet, no, it will melt it onto your drum. So the stick and rinse is what you're seeing in that image, covering over the artwork, so you can actually draw on it, and you can also run it through your inkjet printer. So when you are
after you run it through your inkjet printer, what do you do with it? I'm not familiar with this.
You're a little bit too low for me. What did you say?
Oh, I said that what after you run it through your printer, what would you do with it? I'm not familiar with this stick and rinse.
Ah, wait till you see. Okay, one sec. I was going to show you something. What was I going to show you? I totally forgot. Oh well, I'll remember again.
use a marker, and you can draw right directly on our stick and rinse stabilizer. You can even color it in.
Inside of the Octahoop kit, you get a piece of stick and rinse. And stick and rinse is a inkjet printable, adhesive back, water soluble stabilizer. You can also write on it with markers, so you can go up to a piece of wallpaper and draw, and then peel off the release line, and then it's a sticker, and you lay it down on your fabric, and then you sew through it.
Well,
Carol, I had mentioned this to you. You can use it as a template, a placement template for embroidery machines, and you don't have to then move the template before sewing.
Oh,
so that's
very,
nice.
very nice if you're going to split large designs to smaller sections, because then you can place all your stickers down and know that as long as your cross lines lined up, that you're going to sew right over that sticker. And the adhesive is not, it doesn't get on you, so your needle doesn't get sticky either.
Oh.
It locks the bias in the material, stops it from stretching. And so if your yellow thread is going into a red area, you can see it because you're stitching through the placement template. It's great for the Hoop Sisters types of patterns.
Oh yeah, I've got one of those.
Okay, so you know how hard it is to get that to line up perfectly.
Yeah.
It works really well with the stick and rinse.
Okay.
Oh, that's neat.
And it comes in small sizes because your printer can only print so big.
Yeah.
And
so that's what you're seeing
as the printing is on here, should you want. You can also use water-soluble crayons and markers that you find in the store for children, so you don't have to worry about any of the ink getting on the fabric or remaining on the fabric after you're done with your project. There's a variety of different style caps, and inside we have different issues to deal with where your needle could break if it struck them. So you want to make sure that you use a 90-14 universal needle on this. And we want to get this sweatband to stay out of the way, so you can take tape and just kind of tape it down. That'll help it stay out of your way. And then positioning your embroidery on the front of the baseball cap might seem difficult, but if you use the stickers, it's not going to be difficult at all. So here I have this little sticker, And I'm going to apply it to the front of the base.
I knew I'd remember. So that sticker, how did I get it? And what I do is you go to our website. And stick and rinse, by the way, all of our stabilizers have animals, and stick and rinse is the dolphin. So if you can forget, if you ever forget, just go, I need some more dolphin, and we know what you mean. But when you want to print out a sticker, you go to the OctiHoops page, and you'll see there's a video showing you how to do what we're talking about now.
Okay.
But down here is also the designs, and there's a zip file that you save to your computer. And these are all the different pattern sets that you can print out onto our stick and rinse.
Okay, so are these free files that you have on your website?
They are.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lace pattern that I did on either side of the buttons on a blouse.
That's beautiful.
And then this is fun stuff that you can embroider. But anything that you find, this is a video on my channel. I've gotten more responses of that video than any other. People say that they feel like they went to the spa from watching it. It's one of my older ones. But you can print that out and also monogram with it.
What are they under on your website?
I'm sorry, what, Carol?
Is it on Creative Feet? Or is this your YouTube?
I think I'm having a hard time hearing you.
And I've got a loud voice.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this on your Creative Feet or is this on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so back a step, we were at creativefeet.com.
Okay. And where would I find it on Creative Feet?
And then you go to product categories.
Okay.
And then OctiHoops.
Okay.
And then you end up here. And then they're down here. Get designs here.
Okay.
And then it downloads a zip file into your computer. And you can use these designs if you're interested in making money from your sewing. You can embroider that design and sell it at craft shows. These are my designs, so they're free license designs.
So
I'll continue to add more.
Put it on something that it will, and that we can just sell the design itself, nothing else, not on something.
You wouldn't want to resell my art as just art, no.
No, well, I didn't mean it like that.
You mean stitch it out on a piece of fabric and sell it as a patch?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You can sell it as a patch.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
I know what it's like. I started out sewing things and selling them. Skirts and ponies. And I will be reproducing this pony pattern of mine. It's a Pegasus unicorn and a pony. And I'm designing the pattern again. It was a really good design, but I lost the actual body. So I have to re-engineer it, and it was perfect. It would stand up no matter how long it was on a shelf. The legs never, came out from beneath it. But now I'm integrating embroidery into it, and it's going to be a really fun project.
Oh, that sounds really good.
And that will be in the school. So back to the school. See, my brain just went right back there. So the OctiHoops you do get some stick and rinse in the kit, because not everybody buys them to embroider with them, but boy is it fun. So the faster way to watch
This is the OctiHoop kit.
Is to watch this.
You receive 3 octagon-shaped embroidery frames for free motion and 2 handles that drop into all 8 sides of each of the frames. Each of our frames are also engineered for a stabilizer to attach to the back with an uneven surface. And the stabilizer that we're going to use in this lesson.
So this is important. If you were trying to take our stick and tear and hoop it onto your embroidery hoop, It will stick like a sticker on a jar. It won't want to come off. Our hoops are engineered with a special surface and out of a special material that allows the sticker to adhere to the back and also be peeled off of after you're done embroidering. So you can then just switch and start quilting with it. So if you want to use our stabilizer in your traditional embroidery hoop, you would hoop it first and then score around the inside and peel it off.
Yeah.
And this is the original product that my father invented, Don Rowley, the inventor of the Hoop-It-All. And so we will continue to manufacture the stick and tear stabilizer because it's so valuable to the sewing industry.
Is the stick and tear. It is a
I was younger in this video.
polyester adhesive back stabilizer that is designed to adhere onto the back of the octa hoop. You cut it to size for the hoop that you're going to use, and then peel back the release liner, which actually is a paper. And then with the adhesive side, you adhere it to the back of the frame. Pull. And now you have the ability to lift and reposition to make this taut so that your fabric can be loose. And you can hear the sound of a drum, and then you know that you're ready to apply your fabric. And we can embroider on just about any garment or any size or style of fabric. And so I'm going to show you just this tiny little piece of material. It would be very difficult to hoop this using any other method, so we just go ahead and...
So Joy, you were mentioning that you wanted to quilt or embroider a large piece. Sewing a really small piece is equally challenging because you wouldn't have a hoop small enough to stretch that fabric in between two rings. So if you wanted to embroider right on the edge of a collar or a handkerchief or on a dog collar or anything that is just too small to put in a hoop, you can just lay it right on top of the stick and tear stabilizer. The fact that the stabilizer gets so taut when you stretch it against the back of the hoop makes it so that your fabric just can't pucker. Just lays there and lets you do whatever you want to. It's fabulous. So just as we're not covering that whole hoop, we're only doing a little piece, but if it was bigger than the hoop, we would just pick it up and move it over and pick it up and move it over, and you can fill in a gigantic piece of fabric. So you don't have to, like you do with the Hoop Sisters, you don't have to sew a square, sew a square, sew a square, and then sew 1/4 inch seam allowances to bring it back together. You can actually just sew it that big.
Place your fabric down, and you can position it anywhere in the frame and reposition it until you get it just right. And now we're going to use the stick and rinse adhesive.
Another really important point is if you have done embroidery in your regular embroidery machine and you have a garment and you want to stitch something in a particular spot, you have to really make sure that the fabric is straight in the hoop so that the embroidery machine knows where to move the hoop. But with the octa hoops, you just lay the sticker down, and when the sticker is positioned, you know that's where you're going to sew, and you just throw the garment down on the octa hoop because you're the one steering, not the sewing machine. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
It's like, it's just free motion.
It's true free motion, yes.
Yeah.
Because free motion is the act of sewing without feed dog interaction.
That's the way I learned back in the 70s.
There you go. Lucille Graham was the woman I learned how to do machine embroidery from. I was about 16. It was an awesome class I took with my mom. So, and there was no such thing as a free motion foot back then.
No.
It was just bare needle.
Yep.
So that's what you'll see we do with the
that you
octa
print
hoops.
on using your inkjet printer. You release the release liner and position your butterfly wherever you like on your garment. Rub it to secure it to the surface, and we are just about ready to begin the embroidery process. I have a black bobbin thread in because this is primarily going to be dark color threads. I'm also using a stretch 9014 needle and a 40 weight polyester.
And the reason for the stretch needle is that the part that goes up into the machine is actually flatter. And so the needle comes closer to the hook assembly. You're more likely to break a needle with this needle. It's thinner than any other. It leaves a smaller hole, but it is still wide so that you can put 40 weight thread in it. So this reduces the skip stitches that you would experience. And there's another needle that's really great that just came out, and that's the Universal Super Non-Stick. And it's great for quilting and embroidery.
Ah,
Back to the Creative Feet site to help you to see where to find it, because not everybody finds it. You go to product categories and you can see that you can select from these boxes too to choose where you want to go on our site, and you'll see Schmetz in there. It is the needle brand I recommend from years of doing sewing machine repair. They were the straightest of needles.
Yeah, those are the only ones I use.
Yeah. So they're under the universal needle category, and you can see that that is universal. These are all the different categories of needles. Inside of the Creative Feet Extensive, you're going to learn about needles more in depth. I will be explaining why, like I'm doing now, why I chose one particular needle over another, and it's all based in science and how the sewing machine functions, because I'm a sewing machine mechanic, so I have a deeper understanding of this. So here we have all the different sizes, and then the super non-sticks are on the bottom. So a lot of people don't see them when they go to order them.
right.
And what's unique about this needle is it's coated, and it's not like the titanium needle, which I really don't recommend you use because it doesn't break very well. And we do want our needles to break. Now it sounds counterintuitive, but they actually heat a needle above the eye so that it's going to break above the eye, so that the tip of the needle doesn't break loose and go into your eye. And it's also heated so that when the needle comes down, if it comes down and it hits something, because the hook assembly and the needle are so close to one another, if it's not right in the correct spot, that needle will deflect and it could damage the underworkings of your machine. So the titanium needle doesn't break as easily. So I've seen terrible damage, sorry about that, terrible damage caused by a titanium needle not breaking. The hook grabs the needle and it drags it all around, and it just ripped apart the underworkings of the machine. So that's why you don't see them on my site.
Okay.
That's good to know. Thank you for that advice.
So that's the only needle and I don't think you should ever go up to the size 20. Yeah, so we don't even have that on our site. If you ever want one, you have to have a machine that can handle the needle. Some people were buying it and they could damage their machine. So anytime I think you can damage your machine, we don't let you. I kind of protect you that way. All right, so back to what I was doing. Too many things going. Here we go. One of the things you're going to get inside of the Babbling Brook is some free quilting patterns also that are unique to my class, and you can see it on this table. So now we're back to the baseball cap video. Am I losing you?
No.
No?
Okay. All right, here we go. This is a very important product. It's called Cover Up.
Okay, when you hear the sound of the drum, you know you're ready. But before we place the cap in here, we first need to place the sticker onto.
And Cover Up is what it says. It covers up the hat or the shirt or the terry cloth or the sweatshirt, and it blocks the color of the fabric so that your thread is pure. And this is what the top embroidery manufacturers use. They use our Cover Up. And this is a way to use it on your regular machine, but you can also use this on your regular embroidery machines, or if you have an industrial embroidery machine. It's the difference between your embroidery looking good after it's washed or just totally changing. If you've ever made towels for someone and wondered why they never have them out when you come to visit, it may be because they washed the towel and the towel shrank and the water soluble stabilizer that you've been taught to put on the top washed away, and then all the terry cloth loops start showing through, and the towel, the embroidery sinks in. So this keeps everything lifted after wash after wash after wash. This is how one of my customers ended up
Wow.
getting the Time Warner account away from a professional company. She started using our cover up and went to lunch with the secretary of the Time Warner, and she had a jacket on, and she asked her to embroider a jacket for her with the Time Warner logo on it, and she did. And afterward, she wore it to work, and the president of Time Warner asked why her jacket looked so much better than everybody else's, and this is why. So you see the pink,
And then you position the sticker how you want it to be on the front of your cap until you know that it is going to lay flat. This would definitely have, it won't take as long
so see
as
that
well,
pink square?
and the cap won't be as bulky.
So that pink square is the cover up,
Oh,
and it is
okay.
vinyl, and you're going to lay it beneath the stick and rinse, and the stick and rinse is going to hold down the pink stabilizer for you. So the two work together.
Does it only come in pink?
Comes in 16 colors.
Okay.
So back to the site, go to product categories, stabilizers, and the Panda Bear is our cover up. And you can get it in starter packs, which is common for home sewers because you get all the colors. And then professional companies, they buy it in large spools, and we have all the colors broken down.
Okay.
So it would really matter if you're gonna, for instance, if you're gonna do something for Christmas and you're gonna put red thread on a white fabric, or vice versa. If you have a red fabric and you want to put white thread, the white thread will look pink because of the reflection of the fabric reflecting against the shine of the polyester or rayon thread that you're using.
Right.
So this becomes very important if you're going to sew and make money from your embroidery. You want to make sure you match the thread to match the color of our cover up to the thread, and you got perfect pure color. But the other really important thing is if you digitize, you don't have to use as many stitches, so your fabric doesn't get abused by the needle.
Oh,
You get a
that's even
t-shirt,
nicer.
your t-shirts get like kneaded like dough from all of the stitching. So the less stitches, the better the shirt, the better it will wash, and the
Yes.
longer it will last.
Prevents that bulletproof look.
Yeah, that hardness that you get.
Yeah.
You betcha. We got you covered. That's actually our logo for our stabilizers. Creative Feet Stabilizers. We've got you covered.
To do this, you simply peel off the release liner of the sticker and set it
Okay,
down.
so I make that sound so easy. And if you've ever peeled our stick and rinse stabilizer liner off, it's challenging. So you take a piece of Scotch tape and rub it on a corner, and then it peels off real easy. And we'll be doing videos on every one of our stabilizers coming up very soon. They'll be on the pages, so you'll be able to click and watch what that stabilizer is for, in case you forget. Because I know how y'all forget.
Well, and this is all just great compared to
so that
the old
it
days.
extends out to the outer borders of the sticker. Then you reposition it until you know that it is going to lay flat. This would definitely have been better to have cut my stick and rinse wider than the actual embroidery area. And then you position the sticker how you want it to be on the front of your cap. Looking at the distance the embroidery goes from both sides, I think I need to move this just a little bit that way. The most important part would be that the bottom of the lettering appears straight in relation to the bill. So you could use a ruler or a measuring tape to see that you are equal distance from both sides of that. To help hold the area down that has the cover up underneath, I'm going to put some of my basting glue.
And if you don't already have our liquid-based glue, that is what this little bottle is. And it is not glue, it's water-soluble stabilizer that's wet. And when it dries, it bonds fabrics together and then it washes out whenever you're done. You can also use the liquid base to hold the stick and rinse down on your paper when running it through your inkjet printer for printing out the design that you see on the hat. And I don't know how much of this you want to watch. This is one of the videos on our YouTube channel. And but trying to make sure I answer everyone's questions. So I'm going to jump ahead and show you a little of the stitching. Now, because it's a baseball cap, I do
Good
use
place
the
to start it because
free
it's so
motion
small, I
foot.
might forget it's there.
If you don't use a free motion foot on a baseball cap, it's possible for the hat to come loose, so it's safer to use a foot in this case.
Oh.
For the mono. Now if you do this, if you travel across, make sure you don't just drag it across because you'll end up with a straight line of thread. You have to go up and down in order for it to not show that you...
Now, I don't know if you can see that my pinky is kind of just lifted, and it's because I'm barely holding on to that. There's no pushing down against the surface of the machine with the octi hoops. And I don't know how long we've been on. We've been on for only an hour. Not bad.
Claire, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Can I use this on my embroidery machine?
You can use the stick and tear. The octi hoops, no. You can use them, but you can't use the embroidery unit.
I meant the design.
Yes.
With,
Yeah, you can. Okay, so she's spoiled.
Yes.
So she has one of the machines that scans images. So you can just take my design, put it underneath and scan it and digitize it in your machine.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay. Oh, fantastic.
You like that design?
Yeah, and one other question I have for you is because the underneath pink one, can I put that on my scan and cut to cut it rather than cutting it out by hand?
You would want to cut it a little bigger than the design.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
It's similar to the vinyls that they sell you, but there's no adhesive on the back.
Right.
And it's thinner.
But I could put it on the sticky mat and then...
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a great use of the scan and cut.
I know everyone wants me to teach the scan and cut. I need to talk to Brother about getting one. Yeah, Brother, if you're listening, can send me a scan and cut and I'll teach it.
I'll tell you.
I gotta paint it.
I'm just learning it, but I'm loving every second of it.
I know that... who's teaching that? Oh, gosh. It's just one of my friends.
Dave Van Balzer?
No. Angela Wolf.
Oh, yeah, Angela Wolf.
If you're not familiar with Angela, you should join her group. You'll probably recognize her if you've ever watched It's So Easy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know who she is.
That's where we met on when we both were on that show. She goes live like this as well. And
oh, that's a great thing to know.
Yes, she's great. You'll love her. So she calls her group the Wolf Pack. You guys are my creatives. I feel like it's not fair that she has the last name Wolf because it's perfect.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to take her address for her Facebook group, where she is based in Facebook, but she's done the same thing I'm doing. She's building a school off of Facebook and off of Blueprint or Craftsy. Most of the educators are doing this now.
Yes.
The reason we are is because we're just not making money, and we have to.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
if we don't charge
Well, if you
for
don't make
some,
any money, you can't keep doing what you're doing for us.
that's right. And I didn't want to go back on the road, so I don't want to have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I just got to make it so you guys can actually pay for things. The babbling brook was my learning experience. It was a big one. I'm trying to figure out where to share this. Oh yeah, Zoom in the chat. So I'm putting her address in the chat. Tell her I
Oh,
said
thank
hey.
you.
Oh.
Okay. So after you stitch, and so I've covered it all up, and even though I have green thread, I still stitched over the pink. So if you have a bunch of different colors, you'll want to grab the color that, you know, is the majority. If you can't come up with one color, clear is a good one to have on hand. And the nice thing about the clear is it's not crystal clear. So it kind of mutes the colors if you can't grab, you know, or take out and choose white on white, red on red, and blue on blue. We also do have a water-soluble stabilizer for topping, but know that they do wash out. So the only time I would use that, well, the way I like to describe when to use a water-soluble on top versus a permanent vinyl is picture a tennis racket, and you got the net. I don't know if you can see me or not. So we have the net part, and then we have the handle part. So you'd use water-soluble in the net area, and you'd use the cover-up in the handle area.
Okay, that makes
because
sense.
you cannot tear that away in a net. You'll be going, I can't stand this stuff.
Yeah.
How does it tear away when you're done with the design?
And I'm going to show you by letting you see this, but it tears away clean. As long as you stitch good around the outside
Now
edge.
for choosing the color for the heart.
Oh, I guess
I'm going to leave a small tip come off.
There we go.
Okay, now we're going to go ahead and pull the cap off of the hoop.
So this Joy, if you're still here, do you see how
the center.
now we're peeling back the garment off the stick and tear? So that's the tree frog stabilizer that's on the back of the hoop. And we get a little
Always
hole
pull
in
into
it,
the middle so that
and we can patch
this doesn't happen, and we
stick
can
and
patch
tear
that and
up to 20
use
times
that
before needing to
stabilizer
replace
for
the
our
whole
next
sheet.
project. So you can see how nice and clean this pulled away.
All other brands of adhesive back tearaway stabilizer are made with paper. Ours is polyester fabric.
Oh.
And it is a trade secret formula. We don't even have it. So when my dad was working with chemists on this adhesive, he didn't get the recipe. So the company that made it for my dad will be forever the ones that make it for us, because we tried and tried to work with other companies, and I've never been able to duplicate it. So it's the only one of its kind, and it's 1,000 times better than any other, as it doesn't have paper, so it doesn't dull your needle. Like if you were to take your fabric scissors and cut through paper, would you do that?
No.
So you shouldn't take your needle and sew through paper either.
Right.
It does damage to the tip of the needle. The needle tip gets scratched, and then it scratches your fabric, and it causes shredding of the seam allowances and along the stitching line. So we always want to protect our needle from damage. So that's partly why our stick and tear is sold in 750-foot logs to major companies as well. And you can patch and patch and patch and patch and patch before you have to replace the entire sheet. You can also, for those of you who like to do quilting on your embroidery machines, Carol, you might like to do this. You cut long strips, and you can hoop it in a long bar on your hoop-it-all, because I know you have the hoop-it-all, and then lay your fabric on top, and you can stitch with nothing below it.
Oh, okay.
It's a really fabulous product. Good job, Dad, if you're watching, and he could be, because he hangs out on Facebook.
Gonna tear off the little bit that didn't come off.
And for all of you watching on Facebook, it shows me you're on and it says you've commented, and that's all it's telling me. I have not been able to actually read any of your comments, so I'll catch up with you later. There we go.
And now
So here's
to
the
pull
tearing.
off the stuff on the top. See how that tore clean away because we used so many stitches along there. Pulling toward the embroidery and kind of at an angle. Push down on the cap and then pull and tear.
See how nice that tears away? Now if there's any little pieces that stick out, you can take a blow dryer and blow dry near it and it'll kind of shrink that up inside. But tweezers is good. Just remember you need to have that outline stitch. So for free motion, you're not familiar with that term, but embroidery machines, like Carol, you're familiar with that. So make sure you do your outline stitch.
Right.
And then you can tear it away and then embroider. So you don't have to finish the embroidery and then tear it away. You can, like you do in the hoop applique, you can lay it down, do an outline stitch, and then cut it away, and then, or do it afterward like this and use one color.
Okay.
Now after this cap has been washed, it'll look the same as it does right now because of the permanent pink stabilizer that we put behind that thread. Whenever you choose to use our vinyl cover, remember it will not wash out. So you don't want to use it in areas where you have cross stitching, or for instance, if you were to look at a tennis racket, you'd only want to use the cover up where the handle is, not where all of the netting is of the actual tennis racket. There I have a cute little baseball cap that says I love quilting, and if you loved what you saw today, I hope that you'll hit the like button.
So on the cover up, you can take minky fur and lay it down and embroider eyes on stuffed animals right over it.
Oh,
Wow.
cool.
And it's something that I'm just gonna show you a little bit. I got some, I'm connected. Let's see.
Oh, how cute. Yeah, he is cute.
Oh, he's
Couldn't
adorable.
hear you there. So this is a bunny that goes on this basket, and this is one of my YouTube videos, is this basket. And before next Easter, I'll be teaching you the bunny and giving you that pattern. It will be part of the free stuff that I'll continue to do for those of you who, you know, can't afford to take online courses. Isn't it cute though? And you can see
Adorable.
how the eyes are really covered up.
Yes.
I've got lots planned. So I think I've covered a lot, and it's been an hour and a half. Do any of
It
you have any
seems like
questions?
10 minutes.
Does it? So there is a VIP section that I'm going to open up in the school. I'll go back to my school. It's going to be in one of the groups. It's down here, and it's very close to being open. And in there, we'll do this. We're going to have like a once a month, you know, powwow like this. Private, ask questions, show and tell, and I'll be giving you free patterns. And this is a way, because the school is free for everyone to join. Oh, I'm not showing my screen again. You guys just keep letting me do that. Okay, so now we're looking at it. So this area right here, if you go to the school, and remember how to get there. If you can't remember how to get there, is at creativefeet.com. Classes takes you right into the school. And then you go to creative groups. And I didn't want to open this until I already had a bunch of content in it. And this is coming soon. That'll be not a course. It's kind of like you guys supporting the school. There'll be VIP members of this particular section where I'll be giving you private chats like this, and also free patterns and projects and other stuff.
So how do we get involved with
Thank
the
you.
VIP?
Excuse me?
How do we get involved with the VIP?
I gotta open it.
Oh,
So just like today, I announced that we're going on. I'll send out notice. So make sure you all have your notification settings.
yeah, I do.
I get all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're getting overwhelmed this week, huh?
Yes.
All right.
That's all right. At least I don't miss things that way.
Yeah, I had one customer or student was so upset. She was everywhere. She emailed me, Facebooked me in 2 places, and then in the school, and then emailed 2 email accounts of mine that she couldn't find the live. So it really is why I'm doing this, to help you all to know how to access everything there is to know about me, and know that it is my goal to unload all of the knowledge that I have in sewing, which is vast, so that one day I can retire and everything will still be available. So
Yeah.
after losing Nancy Zeman and Kay Wood and Lynn Graves from Littlefoot, you know, I realized that I am not built to last forever either. And so
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that
it just killed me about Nancy. I watched her when she just first got out of school and started her classes.
we met in 1989. And for those of you who are not familiar with, this is her website, which was her website. And you get 20% off your first order. I just wanted to show you the site. Let's see. And we were in her catalog up until about 3 years ago, and they dropped the Creative Feet. Nancy is no longer involved in it. But now,
They're back, aren't they?
yeah, here you go. So the Creative Feet are once again back in, and I can't help but feel like she's something to do with that. So that is, if you're a sewing machine dealer, you can buy Creative Feet directly from us, but you can also buy from Nancy's Notions. And if you are a dealer or a professional embroiderer and you want better pricing, there's a wholesale link at the bottom of creativefeet.com, which basically is open once you become approved for that. And you can just email us and ask for approval. Let's see. There's some other products that we offer that are ergonomic because of who I am. I design products for visually and physically challenged sewers. And I also support Appliquick because she, like myself, works for making ergonomic products. She recently went through a design change on her applique rods. And these are rods that replace your fingers from holding down fabric. And I did create a video on our YouTube channel supporting her product because she's from Spain. She's adorable.
Mm.
If you're watching, Rosa, and I think I put it in one of my recent newsletters to help you guys because it's been a while since we talked about it. And I do plan on doing a video, a short one, not one of these lives, the live videos. Not everyone has the stamina to watch us go live. So see how I'm having trouble finding my own video and my own channel? So just remember you can click on videos. And this is my experience. It's the easiest way to find something. Because then every one of my videos is up on the screen. And I wrote applique on it. So I can find it easy. So in this video, you can see.
And you don't have to be that accurate, because what you're going to do after you've brought it up is just to kind of get it all anchored where I've already glued. If you look and then flip this over now, you might see that the edge is not perfectly round on that fabric or on that paper. I like to flip it over.
So Rosa and I go out to dinner one night, and I sit down, and she has this smile on her face, and she has her hand like this, and she throws out a bunch of little circles on the table, and they were all turned under, and they were only 1/4 of an inch in diameter. So you
Oh,
can
wow.
take a 1/4 inch circle and fold under all the way around and have a perfectly smooth circle with these tools.
Mm.
And it's astounding. It really is. Let's see. I think I did something smaller. But this is also a pattern that you get. This pattern right here. So you can actually do or play along with that tutorial. I'll put the link to this one if you're interested in doing any of the patchwork in the chat.
Thank you.
Are you talking about the chat that's in this Zoom that we're in right now? Or
Yes.
okay. Because I
And
clicked on chat and I didn't see anything there.
You typed in it.
I know, but I didn't see what you did here.
You're not seeing my stuff?
I'm not seeing your stuff.
Oh,
Am I not doing it to everybody? I did it to all. Maybe I don't have it going to you guys now. I got it to all panelists. All. Oh. Okay.
I got it.
I was not putting these to all of you. So now I'm going to give you guys Angela Wolf's link.
Okay.
And if any of you didn't know about Nancy's notions, there's hers. Let's see. So I have plans of redoing all of my live videos because they go on and on and on and on like this is. It's one of my dealers.
Call from Angus Sewing.
Creative Feet, this is... Ugh. Hello, Angus Sewing Center. This is Claire, and we are live, and I am saying your store name on live video. What city are you guys in? They're in Tennessee. That's a state. Which city? Columbia. So look for, is it angussewingcenter.com? And I'm going to call you back after I'm done because I'm live right now. You wanted to place an order? Okay, I'll call you right back. We're almost done. All right, thanks. Bye. Rather than making them wait, I didn't do the link. So they're one of our dealers, and we don't have all of our dealers. We're not aware of all of them because they buy from distributors. So we talked about the Creative Feet, the Octahoops. Well, they're just so much fun. And talked about the school. You were exposed to a commercial while you were waiting for me. And this, I was going to give you a little peek into the last video of the Octahube Spank Babbling Brook.
The water not come down at an angle, because your
Giving you
job
too
is to
much.
write, and then that'll help you keep your hand down as you actually sew, because hand down is what we do when we write, and it's really hard to move the quilt with your hand up in the air, as I mentioned before.
If you have ever done free motion without our octahoops, you had to push down, and ours do not require that. So, and the entire Babbling Brook course is edited, so you don't have to sit there and wait for me to move things around like you would if you were just watching somebody sew. So out of probably 400 hours of video, it's down to 110 hours of video.
Oh my gosh.
And it's still a lot of time. And when you're done, you end up with this, beautiful project that you may
I'm
never
anxious.
thought you could do.
But since this is a wall hanging that will not be washed,
And I don't want to give you too much because
there's really not going to be anything that could ever
no way
make
I
the
can
thread
show you
come
too
apart.
much. There's
Also,
too much to show you.
once we apply the backing, it's going to secure any of the stitching that we do in this manner. So this is
So even if you think you cannot draw, you can do this. And I wonder if any of the students from this summer session are in here. They're not talking. They're probably going, I would be talking, but something's not working today. Next time we go live, I'll have it figured out so that you guys can see each other.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Please forgive me.
You're forgiven.
I think this is the most successful live that I've done. So, and that's because I'm not at my sewing machine. I'm at a desk, and my high-speed computer is running this. And why we chose Zoom over any other platform is that the way that it handles the video is through my computer, so that there's no mouth not syncing, and you don't get pixelated. I don't get pixelated, so you get a better experience. So I know that it may be frustrating to use Zoom, but overall your experience once you get through the getting set up is so worth it. And
Yeah. Well,
I have
when we had the thing the other day, it was great. I mean, we could see each other so good, and yeah, I really enjoyed it a lot.
and that wasn't even very long. Or how long was I on?
Well,
I think
that
I
was
went on.
all that you know.
I just enjoy hanging out with you guys so much.
Well, that's good.
The longest I went live was 3.5 hours. That was so long.
Oh,
Saturday.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, we were just about 2.5.
Yeah, but that was a class.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what made me realize we need a VIP thing so we can just hang out together too. And I'll be like showing you what I'm working on, and you'll have behind the scenes stuff, know what's coming up before everybody else, and
Oh, fun.
yeah. And you'll be able to, impact what I teach to some degree.
Sounds great.
So I did just drape my own dress, and that I think you all should learn how to do it the way I did it. And because I'm lumpy, I'm not a dress form. So
Neither am I, Claire. Neither am I.
we all have our spots.
Yes.
And if you don't put that spot on your dress form, the
Exactly.
dress won't fit.
Yeah.
So I built my body on my dress form. And then I was able to build the dress on it. Kind of like what you see on Project Runway.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, is there anything you have, any questions you guys have?
No, you've been so good for me.
I think the VIP is only going to be $8.99, something like that. I can find out. And that's monthly on that. Oh, there's that thing I made that I never got back. I did a video for cutter or crafter's edge cutting machine, and they have some of my samples. I never got them back. I want them back. What was I gonna do? I got distracted. How old am I?
Not
I gonna
old
do?
enough to have that phone.
I'm multitasking in my brain, and you can't. I leave tomorrow, and
Well, you do so many different things, it's easy to get distracted.
yes, and the easel.
Yes.
So I am going to be opening up a channel called Beyond the Brushstrokes, and it'll be me teaching how to paint.
Oh,
Oh,
So it's
fun.
yeah. And you can utilize that. You could like lay your fabric over and paint on fabric with the inks. If you have not gotten the inks, man, these are so much fun.
question.
Yeah.
Were you able to send me the octi-hook handles and that stuff?
For some reason, your invoice dropped
Okay.
into between the order desk and where all the envelopes go, and I was going to call you and tell you I'm really sorry it didn't go out yet, but we did find it, and it will be going out in tomorrow's shipment.
Okay.
And then try not to put them anywhere safe.
Oh.
The
I understand that.
The octi-hoop handles are what we're talking about.
And then the hole too, stabilize it.
And then the what? Oh yeah, whatever your order had.
Yeah.
If you're talking about something else.
The hole stabilizer.
Yes. I just don't have all the orders sitting here.
Yeah.
So let me just show you one more thing. Because I feel like it. Can you tell I'm just miserable? I made tuna before we started, and it's sitting there. I've been on a keto diet. So if I look thinner, it's working. Yay. Okay. All right. So what we're talking about is what you see here. Handles. She lost her handles. That green handle that I'm holding right there
Right.
lets you move with your fingers, not your whole body or your whole arm. Don't put them somewhere safe, because that's when people lose them.
Yeah,
And
I
then
know.
they find them later.
But I knew what you're talking about. I've done that before with other things.
So where I put mine is up where the thread goes. They just go up there.
Okay.
That's not
Oh.
necessarily a good idea, because I don't put my thread there. So it's kind of where I stick things, because I use my thread dispenser, which you'll see beside me in most of the videos. And not on this one because it's all up close. So this is just a quick couple-minute video, and we'll end after this. And I know that it seems like I'm stuck on octahoops, but they're so fun. And you can do this even if you don't think you can.
Okay.
So what you saw me do was push the bottom frame up, because there's a frame beneath it and a frame on top. So your quilt is suspended above the bed of the machine. All other hoop systems and free motion processes require pushing down from above, and that causes the fabric to get grabbed by the sticky, smooth surface of the sewing machine. And if you ever sew and it kind of jerks, move slow and your stitches are small and then spread out and you get big stitches, that's because you're pushing down against your sewing machine. So this allows your stitches to stay the same. You'll notice I was able to draw straight lines pretty easy, just as easy as I would if I were drawing on paper. Actually, it's a little easier on a quilt than on paper because there's no resistance like there is with a pen. When you use a pen and you push down, you have to squeeze the pen and it causes your hands to hurt, and this is just so much easier. Notice the bed of the machine is up and elevated, so you don't have to have a smooth surface, and I find that's easier if I push my machine further away from me and lay my elbows down on the table. This is stuff you can't see. This is sped up 400%. So you see what that says? A pebble is a circle. It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lots of different
Yeah.
size circles. So have you ever written a 0?
Yes.
Okay, you're ready to make some pebbles. The only reason why they're hard with all other methods of free motion is that you're putting your hands like this and you're moving your whole body in a circle.
Yeah.
But with the octahoops, you just draw it like you draw with your piece of paper and pen. And where you see my finger on is actually resting on the frame beneath it. So nothing is connected to anything, but everything moves simultaneously. And then you let go, everything is still loose. And the not needing a foot on free motion quilting makes it so much easier to see, and there's no puckers. So are you guys tired yet?
And it looks so much easier than old-fashioned free motion quilting or
Absolutely.
embroidery.
So if you already have your octahoops and you haven't gotten them out yet, you need to get them out. Start playing. Do this, go in the mirror and look at yourself and go, if I can drive a car, I can do the octahoops, or I can use the octahoops. And you really can. It's a lot easier than driving a car. You have similar things to consider. You have a foot pedal, a speed that you need to maintain. I reduce my speed by 30%, and then I put my foot all the way down so I'm not having to pay attention to how fast or slow I'm going. Kind of like set your own little speed limit for the road. And then there's no cars coming at you. There's no one else sharing the road. You're the only one on the road. And nobody's there going, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. You're going too slow, which is what all free motion was always taught, to go really fast. And I'm changing those rules. Take as slow as you want. Slower, it has to do with your eyesight. So like a lot of us are struggling with our eyesight.
Right.
And as you're looking, if you can't see, if you can't focus to move there, you should not be going that fast. Slow down. Go slow as feels comfortable for you. And you shouldn't have your face up against the machine if that's not how close you focus to read. So how do you know how far away your machine should be from you? Is take a piece of paper, and when you're in focus, that's how far away your needle should be from your nose. No matter what. So all of the creative feet allow you to look from a distance. You don't watch the needle. If you're, sorry, this sounds so loud. This is a very good microphone. All right, I think I need to stop because I'm getting wacky.
That's all right. What time do you have to leave tomorrow?
No worries. You're not allowed to worry about me, Carol. I am taking tomorrow and part of Wednesday to get to Santa Clara. It's a 12-hour drive.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
It's a very nice drive.
Good. Then relax and enjoy it.
I will. I will be listening.
Be careful of all the fires.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into any of those.
Oh.
I'm going to navigate around them. But they're in Southern California. This is Northern California, which unfortunately suffered quite a bit of fire damage the year before.
Yes.
So we need to imagine moisture in California. I hope that you're all stay safe and warm. And
And you too, dear.
thank
Yes.
you. Did I give you all the links? Oh, there's one.
I copied them. So
I didn't do
but
the show. So if any of you are wanting to go to the Santa Clara Pacific International Quilt Show, I'm in booth 1309, I think. It's actually on our Creative Feet site under shows and events. And I do plan on doing my own events. So you guys bring your machine kind of events.
okay.
And first one will be in Prescott, Arizona. I am thinking about February of 2020
Oh, that would be good.
because we have a lot of snowbirds here.
Will you have people that can move the machines once we get there?
Nope, you have to do all that yourself.
Okay.
No, we're gonna be doing it at the Prescott Resort, which is a casino.
Okay.
And the classroom will be open 24 hours because of that. So, because some people like to sew all night.
Yes.
And I'm not going to be in there all night, but so you'll have free sewing all night. And since it's a casino, if you have a significant other you want to bring, they can play, and there's golf courses, and it's a good time to be up here. It's not too cold. Well, it can be. So, and I will be doing the show in Phoenix if any of you are used to seeing me there. That's all I have scheduled right now is Pacific International this week and the Rusty Barn. What do they go by now? Let me give you their link. quiltcraftsew.com. That's funny. I'm trying to get into Tucson. We'll see. There we go. Did that just end up at the back end of that? That's strange. Okay, so yeah, they've got me at the top of the waiting list for that, and it's just 4 hours away from me, so. But no International Quilt Festival this year. Got to open the classroom, the different areas of the classroom for you guys. Guys, stay home to do that.
There you go.
I love you all.
I love you too.
We love you too,
So
and
much.
thank you for everything you do for us. We so appreciate it.
It was my
Traveling
pleasure.
mercies, dear.
All right, you guys. I will probably do like a little. No, I'll probably go film a little bit while I'm gone at the show. Take my gimbal and go live a little bit, and if I do, I'll let y'all know in this school.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. And I'm gonna leave. I
All
love
right,
you.
get out of
Travel
here.
mercies.
If any of you need help, Joy, if you need help, I'm going to end this, but I'll open up another classroom and I'll send you a link if you need it. And I don't know if you need it or not. Let's see. I don't think she's here. She's not. So
Oh,
I bid you adieu.
thank
Thanks for
you
watching,
so much.
everybody.
Thank you, Claire.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.